Healing is for warriors, not wimps. Divine guidance for your spiritual journey. Read by Elmira Doctah E. Loftin. To my old self, you are a distant memory. We parted for growth, for me to know fullness. Warrior. A warrior is a soldier, one with courage, willing to fight. War with me, war with the old me, war against myself, my inner child. I had to fight, took up all my armor. I was a warrior from birth, super intuitive, feeling those around me, even fighting for others around me, inspiring and encouraging them to bring out their courage, unshield the heart, operate in truth. When you chose this journey, you thought it would be easy. Oh, I'm going to eat right, forgive my father, and all will be well. Things will flow ever so smoothly. Now, that's not how it goes. It's going to take years. There will be massive tears, uncovering things you did not know were there. I had to move 700 miles away from my family. Yes, there were numerous lonely nights. Yes, I assumed I would fail. On a clear spring day, I moved into that apartment at 118 Bell Road in Antioch, Tennessee, with no bed, very little furniture, and a bruised heart. I did not understand why I moved to Nashville initially. I just knew I needed to experience something that my life in New Kent, Virginia did not have. You'll have to give up some shit. Wimps need not apply. I had to give up the comforts of home and all I knew about myself to embrace a brighter future. And it all started with that one decision to move. How do you become a warrior? You must stay consistent and disciplined with your healing. Stay true to who you are at the core. It's going to require fighting, even when you are in pain, even when you don't have the energy to fight anymore. How do you become a warrior when your family doesn't support you? Truth bomb, you don't need your family support. You will have to do most of this work alone. It is your soul's mission. And look at it this way: you may not feel your family's full support right now, however, it is coming. Chapter: Feeling Lost. This is a common feeling on this journey, especially when I moved 700 miles from the comfort of my New Kent, Virginia home. I felt lost. I felt lonely. There was no family around. I had to become real comfortable with my darkest thoughts in this new city. There was no one's house to run to, no man to comfort me. I was alone in Nashville. Do you remember the story of the Wizard of Oz? For most of us, the story, Dorothy felt lost. She was away from home and didn't understand how to return. That was me for many years. I would work during the day at Macy's and come home to my empty apartment. Many nights I would lament and dream of getting my ex-boyfriend back. Now, we already know that wasn't a wise idea. However, loneliness will have you thinking all kinds of unhealthy thoughts. It wasn't until I burned the love letters he wrote me that released the desire to get back with him. Feeling lost is a part of the journey, and I must highlight: you must feel it. Don't attempt to escape the pain. All warriors feel lost. In order to find yourself, you must be lost first. Chapter: Generational Fight. From age 7, I thought I fully understood love, especially growing up in church. Love meant following God and having a heart of service. All of that is cool, but it only touched the surface as I matured. Love took on a new meaning. I started to see that it's not easy to love people, particularly when they hurt me. My parents hurt me. The church hurt me. My romantic crushes hurt me. Most of all, I hurt myself by not comprehending the courage ingredient of love. What do I mean? Love requires work, a willingness to be vulnerable and admitting flaws. I didn't always want people to see my flaws, being selfish, being stubborn, my vanity. I wanted to appear perfect, like nothing was ever wrong. This thinking ruined my first serious relationship. We had a strong foundation, even though I hid my authentic self. I didn't know I was presenting this way until we broke up. The present is often a telescope for the past. I pretended a lot with him, for I wanted things to work out for us. I didn't fully understand the courage side of love. My heart was shielded. In later years, courage came through spending lots of time with me and owning my shit. Totally takes courage to go there. Do you have the courage to love deeply? Chapter: Courage Side of Love. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy 31:6. You fight for those who can't fight for themselves. I've often viewed love as one of the most courageous acts. It takes so much to be vulnerable, honest, forgiving, and open. Mostly, love begins within you. I discovered this by making a courageous move to Nashville. At first, I didn't know it was for self love or growth. As the years progressed, I started to love myself in new and different ways. It was scary. I had to face my flaws. I had to forgive myself. I had to be open with myself and others about mistakes I made. Love in that way is courageous act. As love grew in me, I was able to fight for other people. I was able to see their needs and hold space for them. A warrior shows courageous love. Chapter: Build your spiritual house. As I sit here listening to the birds awake this morning, I'm reminded we are all connected. In order to build your spiritual roots, you must honor all things in your environment. This includes your family, your roots, church, religion, foods, herbal teas, movement, and books. Elements led you to this current space and time. Think about them as the foundation for your spiritual house. For me, going to the Baptist church was merely a foundation. Learning about the ways of God, being consistent with Sunday service, and practicing faith from a young age made me want more. Even as a strong start, Christianity wasn't enough. I desired more elements to my spiritual house. The same is happening for you. You've discovered new things along the way, new beliefs, new people, new spiritual practices. Don't be afraid to explore everything presented to you. Consult your intuition to determine if it's something to add to your spiritual house. You'll know. This is how I knew womb healing was for me. In 2020, I enrolled in Queen Afua's Sacred Woman program. You see, I'd already purchased the book and only thumbed through it. My spirit told me it was time for some deeper healing. That's exactly when the program was presented to me. And it was perfect too, because most things were quiet and serene in the midst of the pandemic. My first weeks in the program were challenging. She had us wake up at 4 a.m. to do our spiritual practices and change our diet. I didn't want to give up my French fries, but I did. These were all parts of the womb healing, clearing out the mess from past relationships and traumas. Over the course of 12 weeks, I became stronger. I became a new version of myself. The entire experience was mind blowing and soul chilling. I knew I would transform when I started working with her, but I had no idea of what that looked like. At Ascension, I felt lighter and moved more freely. So thankful for my newness. I performed my graduation dance and movements with ease. I had let go of so much pain and released my previous sexual partners from my womb. Thank you, God, for the womb healing. What a remarkable part of my spiritual house. Be prepared for new discoveries. Be prepared for shifts. Be prepared to keep transforming to higher heights. What are the parts of your spiritual house? Chapter: Discover your gateway drug. It took me a while to find the medicine. Even after undergraduate studies at Virginia Tech, I had no clue about this gateway drug. Massage therapy was mine. Here's how I was introduced. My most favorite cousin invited me to a day spa. She had purchased a couples package where each of us were treated to the most fabulous spa services. This was my first time. I didn't know what to expect, yet I trusted her. We arrive, and the place is quaint yet gorgeous. It is now my turn to indulge in the massage treatment. My therapist instructs me to disrobe and get on the table. This was definitely something new, having grown up in a home where we didn't say, I love you, much less touch. Needless to say, I fell in love, not with the therapist, with the therapy. That healthy touch soothed my soul. My body never felt so alive. What was I missing all those years? Certainly a drug I'm happy I took. What happened next? Within a few years, I decided to enroll in massage therapy school. I needed to find out if the magic was just as good on the other side of the table. Whoa, and yes, it was. When I got to class, my instructors all told me how much natural talent I had. I still thank my cousin Kishana to this day. She opened me up to this healing world. What is your gateway drug? What is the modality or healing tool you love? How can you incorporate it into your regular self care plan? For me, I get massages once a month now, and I try all sorts of massages and body work, water therapy, craniosacral, shiatsu, reflexology. Plus, I visit a variety of salons and therapists. It's important to have curiosity and discover what suits you. Never put your healing in a box. Chapter: Spiritual Baby. You're going to start pulling back layers. Think of yourself as a spiritual baby. The things you know today far outweigh what you knew yesterday. Healing takes time. You have to take off the scabs, remove the scars. Some scabs fall off with little pain. Some you will need to nurse for years. Each scab signifies a new layer, a new level further into your ascension. Don't be afraid. You are courageous. You are illuminated. You are the one to save yourself. You are the one to save your family. These scars reveal new pieces of your soul, new insights, new visions. When you do not peel back the layers, you cannot eat the luscious fruit. Doesn't fruit taste good? You can only experience the sweetness when you do the work, when you dig into the hurt, feel the pain, feel the harsh and raw emotions, write them down, cry them out, talk about them. Do not shelter your emotions, uncage them, name them, watch emotions dissipate. Control the depths of your soul instead of being controlled by them. Peel back those layers. What fruit did you find? Chapter: Make a proclamation. Proclaim what your life will be. Do not wander, hope, or waver. Act in expectation. Your vision of your new life will be what you picture. Set a clear manifestation. Too many times we sit and wait. A warrior does not wait, he or she acts. You are a warrior. Say what you desire and know you already possess it. You have won. Your heart is whole. You are a new creation. You are a new creature. Your family's trauma completely healed, your scars no longer visible. What do you proclaim today? What do you command to stay? How do you think? Which words create your proclamation? This is a new day. No more obstacles in your way. This is why you are alone, void of distractions, no one interrupting the joy happening. Shout it, write it, know it, feel it, proclaim, I am a victor. Chapter, The Other Side of Love, Loving Me. Each time you cry, you access a deeper level of your heart. Tears will come, tears will flow. All you used to know released to reveal something new. I grew up when the tears escaped my eyes. I used to be afraid to cry because in my house, emotions were not welcomed. We ignored anything outside of laughter. I had to learn as an adult to feel the wide variety of emotions. You need tears, they clear you. Tears speak words you cannot verbalize. Allow the healing waters to flow from your eyes. Yes, those words, the ones you forgot, the ones you wanted to voice to past loves, your parents, your enemies, let go. These tears reveal joy on the other side. Ignore those who say you are way too emotional. You need the emotions to truly absorb your pain so you can get over it, so you don't have to revisit the despair. My pain is no more because I confronted it. I had fights in the night with abandonment. I faced the sex demon, which took hold of my spirit for years. I chased it away. Chapter, Battle Challenges. You are going to deal with disappointment and sadness. There will be tough days where you feel like you are dying, then the tears flow like waterfalls. What do you do? Stay there, feel, immerse yourself in the trauma. Do not attempt to avoid the pain. It is all a part of your healing. Your journey uncovers buried things you were not aware existed. You may wake up one day as if a 50-pound barbell sets on your heart. Feel the pressure. Keep doing your spiritual practices until you feel lighter. Challenges come to teach you a lesson or two or three. Seek the answers. Ask the Most High. You might not get a response immediately, but believe me, it is there. God knows. You know. Your body knows. I had many challenges. Just these past couple weeks, things were ripped from me. At least those were my feelings. The weather prevented me from seeing my family one weekend. Then the following weekend, more winter weather canceled my trip with my boyfriend. I wept. I asked God why. I sought meaning. I felt alone, like no one loved me. Then I noticed the lessons in the solitude. I became grateful for heat, electricity, creativity, my heart, and so much more. Those challenges opened up a new layer of my heart. I used the time to do yoga, create music, dance, and reflect. You know what? Each moment was ultra freeing. You are going to feel like no one gets you. Healing is a solo sport. If you do not know by now, people can aid you. However, you must be the one to do the real work. Peace is given to those who remain courageous and grateful through the challenges. It is not the time to throw in the towel. You must do more healing, more progress, more forgiving, more digging, more loving on you. Do not ever quit. Yes, it seems easy, me commanding this statement, writing the 4 simple words. And I know you are thinking, I should have quit last week. I should have quit last year. Well, guess what? You did not. You are still in this healing race, my friend. The warrior inside of you desires to be fully seen. Look for the challenges. Be ready to accept them. You have completed the emotional work needed to overcome your past. Challenges are dessert for your heart. Chapter Warrior Words. Warriors use powerful words, not those which make them feel defeated. For me, I stopped using the words afford, struggle, poor years ago. Those words don't serve current Elmira. There was a time I allowed those words to define me. They permeated my reality and created every one of my circumstances. Me stating I couldn't afford a certain place to live landed me in a dark basement for 8 years. Yes, 8 years. I know my time there was part of my healing journey. However, it wasn't until I changed my mind and the words I speak, a greater path presented itself. You might be like, how is this so? Well, our words are so powerful. Recently, I proclaimed my wife and millionaire status. Things have aligned to make that so. It's exactly how I moved to Atlanta to be with my boyfriend, exactly how I am in spaces with millionaires and billionaires, and they are baffled how I am not one yet. What words do you use daily to describe yourself? What words do you need to eliminate from your vocabulary? What words make you feel strong and powerful? Chapter Heart work is hard work. Years ago, I started exercising with a personal trainer. His name is Kevin. The first session was free, and glad it was because who pays to be tortured in such a way? Kevin had us doing jumping jacks, lifting heavy weights, crazy aerobic games with playing cards, running around the block. Going to class 3 days a week really stretched me. Then I saw drastic changes in my body. What I realized too was the heart work is the hard work. Moving my body and strengthening the muscles required me to put my heart into it, which is extremely tough. Without the heart work, improvement stalled. I had to forgive my parents, my ex boyfriend, former friends, old classmates, and most of all, myself. Let me tell you, those days were the toughest. So many shackles and chains shielded my heart. It was time to let go, soar into the being God wanted me to be. Once I committed to the hard work, my world opened in new ways. I had more gratitude, more money flowed in my direction. There was a greater sense of peace. Chapter You are a soldier. Fight hard for your right to love. On the battlefield, you must bear the deepest portion of your soul. For years, you built a wall around your heart, always so easy to protect this way. A seasoned soldier understands how to break down the walls and let the important people in. It will be tough at first, fighting the need to guard. Security guards are for buildings, not for hearts. Your soul deserves to fly free. Start today. Stop fighting against the emotions and invite love in. Understand which battles are necessary and which ones signal insecurities. Chapter My past haunts me, but I am scared. I am so afraid to face the demons. There are monsters under my bed. There is anger in my heart. There is a whole zoo in my head. I know I have not been honest with me. My past is scary. People abuse me. I allowed men to use my body and emotions. I felt unloved as a child. I cannot go back there. Mama screaming, Daddy was no better. He beat me. How do I heal when I am afraid? This path is dark. You need to venture into your shadow to reveal your light. The most fearful things will make you shine. Depths of darkness breed insurmountable joy. You are going to be scared. It is all right. Your fear only means you care. Your heart is pure. You desire to heal yourself and your family too. Take up your staff of righteousness. The past no longer has a hold over you. Chapter: The Waiting. I am so tired of waiting. Why can't my healing happen right now? My heart still feels broken. It aches daily when I awaken. When I was partying and hanging out with friends, I felt fine. Now that I've decided to be alone and work on me, the pain became unbearable. I am suffering. Who is going to help me? None of my friends understand. Matter of fact, can I even call them friends? They are drinking and doing drugs every weekend. God nudged me to do different. I want it better for me, my lineage, my family. Why does it hurt so bad? People told me I would start to feel better. They lied. Well, damn, I have not felt it yet. The only things present are sorrow, unforgiveness, hurt, despair, grief, and sadness. I cry almost every day. And this has persisted for the past 3 months. When will it stop? When will I get better? They lied about this healing. It ain't easy. Can't I go back to my old life? Nope, you cannot. You must stay here. You have made phenomenal progress. You may not see it yet. Your heart shed layers. Forgiveness started. Things are occurring in the spiritual realm beyond the veil, which are changing you. Keep going, warrior. You kept getting sick. All of your relationships ended with emptiness. What you are feeling now is temporary. Things to peel away the facade of your life. We have to remove those layers to reveal who you truly are. Patience equates to your prize. You are the victor. Only those who wait receive the glory. How long, you say? You determine the length. Maybe 2 years, 3 years, no one can tell. Each day you wake up and do the work, you shave away time. The work you are doing right now is permanent, not a quick fix. You must wait. The days in between are going to hurt as you harmed yourself for so many years. You must untangle those cords to expose the true love in your heart. Are you ready and willing to wait? Chapter: The Big Light. It took me a while to arrive here. Ultimately, the point of seeing my light seems so far in the future. We have to undo so many layers of trauma and drama to see who we truly are. That was me. I've always been powerful. Thinking back to 9-year-old me, my imagination led me. You couldn't tell me I wasn't the next big singing superstar. All I did was learn lyrics from the most popular songs on the radio. Cue Whitney Houston. That light was dimmed over time from people in my family, at school, and other arenas telling me I wasn't good enough. I internalized those opinions. They became my truth. It dictated the decisions I made. I dimmed my light to please other people. Woo, I hate doing that. However, it was a survival mechanism, a way to prevent repeated heartbreak. I've finally come to the point of not being afraid to shine my light. Just last week, I submitted to be on several television shows. People need to experience this healing. They need to be in the presence of this creativity. You are a light too. Stop dimming it due to past experiences. Your light is larger than this galaxy. How can you shine your light today? Chapter: A Lonely Journey. You are alone and nobody is coming with you. This is a lonely journey. When God spoke to you and said, change, heal, get better, your spouse nor your siblings received the message. It was intended directly for you. Be prepared for long nights, misunderstandings, and growing pains. Some friends cannot accept the new you. Sorrow comes as you lose your old self, your old life, your old people. It is all a part of the process, my friend. Your mind and spirit now fortified on a new plane. The loneliness may last for a week or a lifetime. Understand, new people will enter your life. The desperation will diminish. You will discover your tribe. At first, the healing journey seems like, why even go here if I'm losing so much? You only lose so you can gain. Being a warrior, few battles are lost, many are won. How do you obtain those wins? You build muscles, you secure armor, you get stronger. Strength comes in being alone, being willing to venture into the depths of your soul to heal the trauma of generations back. Don't get weak. Strength comes in solitude. You learn to fight obstacles no matter who supports you. There will not be a full army, often an army of one. You listen to the Most High. You follow the path set for you. It is undeniable. You cannot take the baggage with you. Pack light, as Erica Badu says. Unload your fears, your tears, and your worries. Be happy you get to discover joy, my soldier. Training time is now, and not all can go. Mourn, grieve, shout, get angry. It is all okay. Healing is a solo sport. Do you really want them to understand? No. You were charged with a purpose, one that if you don't carry out, you will grow sicker. We need you well for your children and generations to come. The world is counting on you. Pick up your tools and fight. Fight your mind, fight the walls around your heart, shatter unforgiveness, combat depression, emotional eating, and being unkind to yourself. You are going to fight yourself more than any other person. So many enemies and lies live inside you. You know the lies your parents ingrained in you at the age of 5. Yes, those ones. They are not true. You are anew. You must face every word, every untruth, every traumatic event, bust it down, slice it, dice it, make it bleed out to the core. The roots must die to reveal the new fruit. Chapter: Basic Training. You won't win the first battle. Be patient. Healing is certainly a marathon, not a sprint. I think back to when I hired my first life coach, Enrique. I had just graduated from massage therapy school. Boy, I had no idea what I was getting into. I just knew I wanted to be the best version of me, embarking on a career as a massage therapist. How could I help others healed when my heart was so wounded? We would meet at his wife's hair salon. He would lead the sessions with Bible verses. Some of the things he said I didn't comprehend at the time. I still attended the coaching sessions anyway. My commitment to the process was strong. Over time, he helped me forgive my dad. You see, I was really angry at my dad for leaving our family. My life coach helped me see it would be my hands which would help soothe the relationship between me and my father. He was correct. Forgiveness entered my heart, and I established a strong bond with my dad before he died suddenly in December 2018. My patience with the process had led to grand results. You must take your time. Understand your first counseling or coaching session may leave you in tears. You've committed to this work. Keep going. The glory comes in many battles, not the first one. Chapter: Give yourself space and time. It may take years. You may need to move. You may go full force for 3 months and decide to quit. You can return to boot camp. It's not over. You are still renewing. What have you gifted yourself? Never return the gift of space and time. Walk away from things that do not serve you. Quit that job that consistently consumes your Sundays. Inch by inch, gift yourself. Early Monday mornings from 5 a.m. until 7 a.m. is your time right now. Embrace the day, the discoveries on Mondays. Look forward to it. What ways can you add to that time? Go at your pace. You may commit to Mondays for a year and then determine it's not enough for your healing. Buy yourself another gift. Turn off the television after 6 p.m. You will gain more time as you progress because it comes from you. No one else will give you time. You must present it to yourself. No appointments, just space and time. Just space and time. My mind wanders. I feel so free. We've got nowhere to be, just here. Allow today to be what it will be. Do not force. Today resembles a flower, and you're trying to make it a rock. Let the flower flourish and be colorful. Chapter: Friendship Grief. You're going to lose friends. Yes, I am still grieving one of my friendships. We shared so much over the years. She was one of the people I could truly connect with on an entrepreneurial level. Plus, we understood where we were with dating, our dads dying around the same time. I don't regret ending that friendship because it needed to go in order for me to claim my status as a millionaire wife, expanding my business. I just came to the realization it was the end of the road. Friendships are something you'll have to relinquish on this healing journey, and it's rarely easy. No type of grief is. What a burden to bear. Losing friends breaks your heart. I had to go through this process so many times, especially with me going away to college in Blacksburg, moving to Tennessee, plus changing jobs multiple times. Every time I left a job, I left on my own accord. Each time I departed, I left a group of friends. Think about your friendships, the people you knew in college, the people you knew from church, the people who connected with you when you had your first child, those who knew you when you started your business, when you lost your parents to death. All these milestones in life dictate what our friendships are going to look like. Even as you change spiritually and grow mentally and begin to dump some of these habits, you can't keep the same folk around. That's what happened to me. Exactly what this book is about. Healing is for warriors. There will be moments you want to revert back, saying, but we had 5 good years together. The question to ask: is this friendship healthy with what I know now? Is this person serving your new self? Challenge yourself, and the ideal friendships will appear. Poem: Attention. What we give attention to will grow. Focus awareness, clearing the path. The soldier renews the body, fortifies the mind, leaves the weakness behind. Chapter: Where's the fun? Spiritual work is not fun. It requires patience, pressure, and persistence. You'll sit and wonder, why isn't anything happening? You've been doing your clearing and meditation for 40 days and still feel the same. Reality: you are not the same. People around you see the shift. Your energy is different. There is vibrancy about you. The next time you face a familiar trauma, you fail to react the same. How about that? You smile with joy because all your work paid off. No, it was not like a party. It was not all fun. The rewards may come after many months, many years, even decades. Stay the course. You will never be the same. Chapter: Why all the tears? Tears are crystal waters flowing like pure diamonds. They move old stagnant energy and invite in the purest form of you. Allow the tears to flow. They help you know the next direction. Feel that heat bubbling inside. It is God giving a clear, defined picture. You cannot arrive here without your tears. Keep crying. Let a few drops fall off on the page. Get tissues if you must. Put some sound with the tears. Scream, wail, growl, let it out, shout, be loud. You are now unlocked, no longer blocked. The tears release. Cry in solitude or in front of others. Chapter. Why do I feel like everyone deserted me? Warriors stand alone. Not everyone can come with you. Your spirit has a unique imprint. God wants something special for you. There's an urge to share your path with family, friends, and coworkers. However, not all are ready to hear it. Caution who you invite into your journey. But it feels like no one gets it. They are not supposed to get it. The fight is yours and yours alone. You are the chosen soldier. Put on your armor, fight your past, cut away the old stuff, take a sword to stagnation. Yes, warrior, you stand alone. There are others with you on their own healing journey. The exact steps you take are divinely ordained. No one can cross or attack them. You are powerful. You can fight anything. You are in control. You can do anything. Fight alone. Feel the pain, not avoid. Your pain has a name. It is almost like he or she existed so long, it is a friend. Did you name your pain Charlie, maybe Susan, or Daryl? Pain has become so familiar you wish to excavate it, rid it from your body. But your friend is saying, get to know me better. That's right. Feel the pain. When does it come? What emotions arise? When did it start? What parts of your body sense it? Is it incessant, short lived? Who made you hurt? Was it you, your parents? Identify the pain, sit with it, say, I feel the pain. You have a name. I feel the pain. You have a name. I feel the pain. You have a name. Chapter, the loudest voice. You are a soldier. Stop keeping quiet. You have tough conversations. You know how to make tough decisions. You go into places of mayhem and create peace. You were shown how to do these things. Stop being afraid of your gifts. They come easily. You move swiftly. You are a unique soldier fighting like no other. You were given the ammunition, the tools, the gear to win souls and transform hearts. Keep going. There's a vision. Can you see it? Warrior minded, warrior focused, mission aimed. Chapter, fear, the friend. Fear steps in when with those moments of uncertainty. It serves to say pause. Take a moment to reflect. Exactly what is a pause? Not a stop. Sometimes we get hung up and stop. We abort our vision for healing because fear forces us to. It never told you to stop, only to take a quick break, and breaks are approved on this venture. Matter of fact, you need breaks to regroup and reflect. Fear should drive you, signal when you must move on, venture into your next rung of growth. You'll sense the uneasiness, the grumbling in your belly, the unsettled mind. This is merely a transition to build more spiritual muscle, my friend, not a cause to halt your growth, a sign to keep going. I've been there. I thought I had done enough. Then another situation presented itself, leading to disappointment. I got real angry at first. Then I searched for the lesson. It scared me. I felt alone. No one was there to help me sort out my feelings. It was dark. It was cold. Many nights of thinking I wasn't enough. So much fear permeated my body. I felt it. I dealt with it. Then the answers came. The disappointment means you have more detaching to do. You see, I wanted to see my family and boyfriend so bad that February weekend. I was attached to the outcome. I felt the future of our relationships depended on seeing them those exact days. After much meditation, I realized my initial thoughts held fault. I put too much pressure on myself. I did not see other possibilities. Sometimes we get a vision and our mind only sees one thing. We do not anticipate all the choices. Those days, fear and disappointment shifted to excitement and joy. I created a way to see Terrence, even not being there at the cabin. I packed my bag as if I was there in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. There were all the winter outfits necessary for the snow. I also communicated my despair to him. Being honest about my fears shifted things in my spirit. I became clear I was not holding on to the pain. On this healing journey, keep trustworthy people close to you. Allow them to love and support you. Select your circle wisely, yet avoid being too dependent on your circle. Some lessons and feelings you must grow through solo. Feel the pain without making another person give you the answers. All part of self care and self love. Knowing you have the strength to heal your wounds. I was so codependent when it came to needing approval. I stopped making certain moves. Move in fear, move without the crowd, move in silence, move void of outside approval. You'll have a peace inside your heart you never knew was possible. It feels like the sun resides in your chest, bright, beaming, all powerful, all because you decided to continue in spite of fear. Fear, not a match for you, my dear. You fought that mighty soldier and won. Knocked down, punched in the face, crushed beyond recognition. Keep crushing fear. Fear is the companion of the new you. Chapter. I really don't like this part of me. On this self love journey, you'll uncover some shadows, things you wish to keep hidden. I had those moments too. I am stubborn, needy, and encounter shame. It is okay. You have to embrace your positive and negative traits. This is a relationship. You cannot discount your beauty due to flaws. These are simply areas of growth, promote reflection, and provide cues and clues about how you relate in this world. Take a moment to reflect. What are some things you don't like about yourself? Write it down. Chapter. Holy quietness. Quietness in itself is holy. Just the peace, the silence, the subtle air of unknowing. Why does it appear everyone left you? The noise left you. Comprehending silence seems like no one is there. Really, there is the most critical person, you. Quietness, while rather dark, lonely, and unknown, unsuspecting, breeds new life in your spirit. Through extended periods of silence, you discover things you used to ignore, like the way your hips move when you hear the syncopated rhythm of the drum. You truly get high from deep belly laughs, not the kind signaled by a comedian, but just from joy bubbling from within. Spaces of silence start to create the impossible, glorify your dreams, magnify the most beautiful jewels of your soul. Blessed quietness, holy quietness, what assurance in my soul, as the song goes. The words of the hymn speak volumes to me, each tone letting me recognize the clearing for new things, places, and people. The quietness hurts. You don't have the voices anymore. One's telling you what should happen. You don't focus on television. That noise fades to black like the end of a five-star film. You realize how noisy your life used to be, all the things you didn't want to hear. None of them bred peace or got you closer to your dream. Yes, loneliness exists in this space, even forced to familiarize yourself with hidden soul crevices. It's hard, it's tough, knowing you cannot be your old self. That person doesn't exist anymore. At moments, you'll doubt the path, wondering if you'll ever create gold from this quietness. Sure, you will. Simply requires time and patience and gathering answers for the next steps. Those items are revealed in darkness when you least expect it. Risk and take the journey through the depths of your soul. Welcome the silence in your life. Running away will not save you this time. Stay for a while in the holy quietness. Discover remarkable magnetic miracles which shift you into a new being. It's hidden gems, really, once you accept the treasure. Poem. Rule breaker. I'm a rule breaker, a cell shaker, an ancestral wound taker. I remove all blocks that bound previous generations. I'm a way maker, a creator. Chains are broken in my presence with the essence of me makes others feel free. Chapter. You are mighty. You know, so many people would have given up, but you stuck it through. Like all of this, the trials, you've been motivated to do your healing for years, even when some months you're only making a little bit of progress. You look back and you say, it's all worth it. Even with losing friends, losing money, losing housing, losing clients, losing weight, almost losing your life, you stuck in there, you hung in there. And that's why you are a warrior. You don't give up. You don't even know the meaning of the word. Everybody just admires you and is inspired by your tenacity, your commitment, your discipline to this work. And the reason you are committed is you don't want to hurt anymore, and you don't want your lineage to hurt. You want to clear the bloodline, and it started with you. Be proud of yourself for doing the work. Be proud of yourself for the nights you were up, the early mornings you got up, even when your bank account was overdraft and you didn't know how you are going to pay the rent or fund tonight's dinner. A way was made. You are strong. You are mighty. You are a warrior. Chapter. Will to live. No one ever truly dies in vain. They die because they want to. They were just in so much pain, it was unbearable to remain here on this earthly plane. Like we actually have choices. We have a decision whether we want to live or die. And you either have the warrior spirit or you do not. Your mind and body is strong enough to withstand anything, or it is not. I've seen people display the will to live. Then I've also seen people give up. They give up on life because either it was their time to go or they feel there's no reason to live. That's why it's so important to have purpose in life. Without purpose, anything can knock you down. Lord, it can be a little pebble that comes into your life and you die. You no longer exist. You become a fraction of the human being. You are no longer operating in your God or goddess power. You must possess the will to live, otherwise, you will die. Never die in vain. And then I'll also say this, you have choices. People often tell me, no, Elmira, everything is controlled by God. And you know I don't have a choice. I didn't decide to get this disease. I didn't decide to be diagnosed with diabetes. I didn't decide to get cancer. Yes, you did, because something in your mind and spirit told you this was a lesson you had to learn. However, you have to want to live even past these conditions, those sicknesses, those diseases. I know people, I know plenty of people who do. They have the will to live, where there are plenty of people who die from their illness because they don't want to live. As a grief doula, I've seen this. When someone makes a decision, they want to leave this earth, their wish will be granted, whether it's over a period of 5 years or 2 months. It could even extend to 21 years. It depends on what lesson your soul has to learn. Learn the lesson so you can get your blessings. Chapter, time is now. The time is now. This is actually a channeled message I received from my higher self. A lot of you are going to want to wait to do the work. You cannot wait. The time is now, and I'm speaking this very minute, this very moment. You have to start with doing something on your path for you. It may be throwing some possession away. It may be moving or having a crucial conversation with a family member. Let me say this. Quitting a job is something you need to do because you have to access the power within your cells and the power within yourself. Hear what I am saying. You must do something in this very space and time. Yes, it will challenge you. It is going to feel foreign. It is going to force you to take a serious leap of faith. Don't fret. You're supposed to jump. You're supposed to feel scared because that's what a true God does in order to reclaim your inner power. Take a moment right now to determine what it is you are supposed to do and act on it right now. Chapter, the hardest thing. So you're on your healing journey and you're like, what is going on? I've been doing this for 6 months. I've been doing it for a year. I've been at it for 2 years. This is the hardest thing you will ever do in your life. It's more challenging than running a marathon, preparing for football camp, being an Olympian, anything that an athlete would do. I would say for me, even more challenging than preparing for a stage performance, because you really have to dig deep into your core to find out places that you need to repair. And it hurts. It really, really hurts because you have to face some of those dark spots. Once you know where the dark spots are, you can shine the light on them. And it's going to force you to confront your past. You'll have to confront your parents, friends, exes, coworkers, bosses, all kinds of people in your life, and then take radical responsibility for the role that you played in those relationships. Get ready for the revealing mess. This journey is tough. That's why it's for warriors. It's not for wimps. You can't quit. You got to keep going. And before I started my initial journey, which was with finishing massage therapy school, I didn't know the challenges that were involved. I just knew I didn't want to have the boulder on my heart. I didn't know what I wanted. I just didn't want to continue with the unforgiveness I held for my dad. I want to release it. I wanted to let it go. And Lord knows that was only the beginning of the journey, because once I invited in the healing, more of it came. There were more levels to release. There were more parts of myself to reveal. There were more relationships to heal. And most of all, the relationship with myself. Keep going. Stay strong. It's hard. Just like when you're working with your personal trainer and you have to get up the strength to lift that 100-pound weight, you're going to be lifting some heavy emotional stuff every day. Get comfortable. Well, get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that's where you're going to be, because you are the type of person who is committed to doing this work for a lifetime. I see it. I know you. You wouldn't be reading this book if it wasn't the case. Chapter, the end, not. Now, this is a question that often gets asked on this journey. When will I be finished? The reality is, you are never finished. You are never finished with your healing journey, because as you progress over the years, you are going to find there are deeper levels to uncover. You are going to find there's parts of yourself you didn't even know were there. It is because you are growing, you are expanding, you are excelling, you are going to the next level. And because you have committed to this journey, you are not going to be comfortable as the person you were yesterday. You're going to face new challenges. Just like here recently, I faced challenges which have been a full on demonstration of the law of contrast. I needed to learn that my self worth is not in my bank account. Overdraft fees and negative account balances do not define me. I did not know this lesson was coming for me, but when I asked to manifest the best magical marriage and wedding with my boyfriend, that's what came. The universe presented me with all these obstacles, but the reality is they were not obstacles. They were just lessons I needed to learn as I continue to grow. I will say this: there can't be an end, because nature is cyclical. As I sit here looking at the cardinals, the robins, the oak trees, the grass, everything grows in a cycle. My lovelies, that is the journey of healing as well. Once you get to one point, it's almost like you cycle back to the beginning and you start anew so that you can expand in another way. You never die. You never stop growing. There is never an end. So just because there is an end to this particular book, there is not an end to your journey. You are a lifelong warrior. You are a lifelong healer. And for you, you're probably the leader in your family. You're the one who is most committed to the work. Be that example. Number one, be the example to yourself. And don't try to force any of your family members or friends to do what you do. Lead by example. And if they pick up and have inquiries about the practices you are participating in, allow them to do it at that point, but don't force anybody to join you. And again, understand there is never going to be a conclusion. Be disciplined, be consistent, be committed, and be open to the lessons which will present themselves on a monthly basis. Because when you are open to the challenges, you just become a lighter being. Isn't that a wonderful place to be? Is this the end? Never. There are some video resources shared here for you. I've compiled a list of videos to assist you on your healing journey. Please refer to the text copy of your book for these. I will outline them here. Grief is grief. How to overcome grief. Why poem. Hurt poem. Slow down, Mr. Millionaire segment. How I became a massage therapist. How to start a self-love journey. Losing family on your spiritual journey. Why I left the church. What to write in your journal. How to accept differences. 3 steps to self-love. Moving away from family. Reconnect your body with these stretches. I want to thank you for taking the time to feed into yourself. Healing is for warriors, not wimps. Divine guidance for your spiritual journey. Read by Elmira, Doctah E, Loftin. Be well, be safe, and know this is not the end.